paragraph 1 of subdivision D of section 54956.9, claim number 26-27-01. And lastly, to review liability number 25-26-24. Do we, before we go into closed session, do we have any public speakers for closed session items?
No.
Okay. Vote by board members to go into closed session.
Aye.
Aye. And the time is 5:33.
Good evening. I'm Superintendent Dr. Alejandro Alvarez, and I'd like to welcome you to the Rialto Unified School District Board of Education meeting. Before the Board of Education and I transition from closed session and begin the public portion of tonight's meeting, my team in communications would like to share a few housekeeping guidelines with you. Thank you for joining us, and I will see you in open session. Buenas tardes, soy el Superintendente Dr. Alejandro Álvarez y me gustaría darles la bienvenida a la reunión de la Mesa Directiva de Educación del Distrito Escolar Unificado de Rialto. Antes que la Mesa Directiva de Educación y yo pasemos de la sesión cerrada y empecemos la parte pública de la reunión de esta noche, mi equipo de comunicaciones desea compartir con ustedes algunas instrucciones generales. Gracias por acompañarnos y nos vemos en la sesión pública.
Good evening, and thank you, Superintendent Dr. Alvarez. My name is Ricardo Carlos, and I, along with Matthew Peters in Communications, will be broadcasting the board meeting. The Board of Education typically returns from closed session shortly before 7 p.m., or sometimes a little after. Because our meetings are streamed live, we kindly ask that you remain seated during the meeting. Any loud voices coming from the viewing audience will interfere with the broadcast sound. Please use only the two back doors if you need to enter and exit the meeting at any time, since we have cameras placed at the corners of the ceiling. Please do not use the side doors, located near where the Board of Education is seated during the meeting. We also ask that you silence your cell phones as they may interfere with the broadcast. If the boardroom is at capacity, for your accommodation, there is an overflow room in the West Wing with monitors where you can view the meeting. Interpretation services for our Spanish-speaking parents are available down the hall in the West Wing. Additionally, you may take your own photographs. Communications takes professional photographs during the presentation, which may appear on the district's official social media platforms, including Instagram and Facebook. If you are here for public comments at the podium, please complete a speaker slip and submit it to one of our safety officers in front of our building. Also, restrooms and a filtered water station are located in our hallway. Thank you for your cooperation and support as we work to ensure a smooth and successful school board meeting.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Edith Ortiz Torres para informarle que junto con Ricardo Carlos y Matthew Peters del Departamento de Comunicaciones transmitiremos la reunión de la Mesa Directiva. La Mesa Directiva de Educación generalmente regresa de la sesión cerrada poco antes de las 7 de la noche o a veces un poco después. Dado que nuestras reuniones se transmiten en vivo, les pedimos amablemente que permanezcan sentados durante la reunión. Cualquier voz alta proveniente del público interferirá con el sonido de la transmisión. Por favor, utilicen únicamente las dos puertas traseras si necesita entrar o salir de la reunión, ya que tenemos cámaras ubicadas en las esquinas del techo. Por favor, no utilicen las puertas laterales ubicadas cerca de donde se sienta la Mesa Directiva de Educación durante la reunión. También les pedimos que pongan en silencio sus teléfonos celulares, ya que pueden interferir con el sonido de la transmisión. Si la sala de juntas está llena, para su comodidad, hay una sala adicional al oeste de nuestro edificio, con monitores donde podrán ver la reunión. Hay servicios de interpretación disponible para nuestros padres hispanohablantes al final del pasillo, en el ala oeste. Además, pueden tomar sus propias fotografías. El Departamento de Comunicaciones tomará fotografías profesionales durante la presentación, que podrían aparecer en las plataformas oficiales de redes sociales del distrito, incluyendo Instagram y Facebook. Si se encuentra aquí para realizar comentarios públicos desde el estrado, por favor, complete una hoja de registro de oradores y entrégala a uno de nuestros agentes de seguridad situados en la parte de enfrente de nuestro edificio. Además, los baños y fuentes de agua filtrada están localizados en nuestros pasillos. Gracias por su cooperación y apoyo mientras trabajamos para garantizar que nuestra reunión de la mesa directiva se lleve a cabo de forma fluida y exitosa.
Do we have a motion to adjourn closed session?
So moved. Second.
Vote by board members?
Aye.
Aye. Closed session is adjourned. Before we begin tonight's special presentation from Myers Elementary School STEM Academy, please join me in welcoming fifth grade student Montserrat Ramirez Aviles. Who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Thank you. We're thrilled to welcome our students and families back for the 2026-2027 school year. To help us kick off these bright back-to-school days, we're proud to have our Myers dance team here to perform their motivational chant for the new school year under the direction of Coach Maddie Bakir and Coach Myra Martinez.
Superintendent and the fourth, Myers Dragons bring the war. Blue and yellow standing tall, ready to give this year our all. We got the spirit, we got the pride, here in Rialto unified. Bridge to excellence, watch us go. Myers Dragons run the show. Number one in our USD, we are the best that we can be.
Thank you to our wonderful students, teachers, Ms. Bakir, Ms. Martinez, Principal Desalina Van Bell, and of course our amazing families for bringing so much joy, energy, and school spirit to tonight's meeting. Go Dragons!
High kick.
Do we have a report of closed session?
Yes, we do. On a motion by Board Member Dominguez, second by Board Member Montes, on a unanimous vote, 4 yes, 1 absent, the board took action to deny tort claim number 25-26-24. On a motion by Board Member Williams, second by Board Member Dominguez, on a vote 4-0 with 1 absent, the board took action to deny tort claim number 26-2701. In closed session, the board took action to accept the resignation of certificated teacher employee number 207-49016 under the terms of a resignation agreement, with a motion by Board Member Dominguez, second by Mr. Montes, unanimous vote with Board Member Martinez absent. The Board of Education accepted the request for an unpaid leave of absence without paid benefits for classified employee number 295471116 from August 17th, 2026 through December 17th, 2026, on a motion by Board Member Dominguez, second by Board Member Williams, with the vote 4-0 with 1 absent, Mr. Martinez. That concludes closed session.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to adopt tonight's agenda?
So moved. Second.
Okay, and before we adopt the agenda, there are a few corrections that need to be made. particularly to correct item E 3.222. And the item is to approve textbook and instructional materials purchased for 2026-2027 school year. And there's information missing from the item, so I'm just going to read everything together.
What's the number again?
E 3.22 is to approve a textbook and instructional materials purchase for this school year. And under the course title, TK English Language Arts and Math, next to that, under the textbook title, there's World of Wonders, publisher McGraw-Hill. What was missing was the cost. The cost is $60,386.10. That's a length of license for 2 years. The next item, there's no information missing. That's TK through 12 supplemental. The following item, there's some information missing, and the course title is PSCI 2030. The textbook title is Government and American. The publisher is Pearson. The cost is $8,640. The length of the license is 1 year. On the next item, there's also some information missing, and that's course title PSCI 2030. Textbook title American Government. Publisher Cengage. The cost is $8,712. The length of the license is 1 year. And then the last item, the information missing is PSCI 2030. The textbook title is Democracy in California. Publisher is Bloomsbury. The cost is $6,500, and the length of the license is 1 year. So let it be known for the record that that information is going to be included in tonight's agenda. Do we have any other questions or comments? Okay. Dr. Lewis, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Williams, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Ms. Dominguez, how do you vote?
Aye.
And myself, aye. Next, we go to presentations, and we'll begin with item B1, Character Strong, presentation by Dr. Robin McMillan, Executive Director of Student Services.
Good evening, Vice President Mr. Montez, board members, Superintendent Dr. Alvarez, our USD cabinet members, and viewing audience. My name is Dr. Robin McMillan, Executive Director of Student Services. This evening, it is my pleasure to share with you an important next step in our continuous commitment to supporting the whole child within Rialto Unified School District through the implementation of a district-wide SEL program, Character Strong. Senate Bill 224 requires public middle and high schools in California to provide access to comprehensive mental health and social emotional learning. All approved SEL curriculums must include 5 key competencies. Those include self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and personal decision-making. Historically, after the passage of SB 224, school sites identified an SEL curriculum to support their students. What we found is most schools took a part of this and a part of that to create a plan for their school site. And as listed there, you'll see some of the programs we've used. However, what we noticed is that no program had all 3 components of MTSS included. When we look at Character Strong as a possible curriculum to support all of our schools, elementary, middle, and high, Character Strong also aligns to the multiple district-wide initiatives and targets that we believe that are important. It also identifies to basically to support and facing challenges that some of our educators face every day, in addition to the 5 key performance indicators that every school is evaluated on. And that includes our discipline rates, our graduation rates, and our teacher satisfaction rates, attendance rates, and student achievement and performance. And most importantly, we also look at that family and community resources, strengthening home-school connections. When we look at Character Strong overall, it aligns with a lot of our district initiatives and also some of our plans. And so if you look, I've listed some of them there. The You Belong campaign, Ed Services Care Goals, engagement, equity, universal supports, basically looking at the dimensions of wellness, and also direct interventions and supports. Character Strong also aligns to the portrait of a graduate. What do we want every student to be able to say that they are able to do once they leave one of our high schools within the district? We want them to be effective communicators. We want them to have a sense of community and that they're contributing to the community. We want them to be complex thinkers across all spectrums. We want them to be effective and ethical users of technology. We want them to have a level of self-directed learning. So again, they may decide to go to college or have areas of learning in other places. We want them to be expert employees or entrepreneurs. We have students in high school now who are already starting their own business, and so we want them to be able to be in those spaces where they are successful. And most importantly, we want them to be driven in health and wellness and be advocates for that. When we look at our partnership with Character Strong, they are in alignment with providing direct PD, both ongoing PD in person and direct PD on demand for our PBIS coaches, our MTSS coaches, and our sites in whole. So it's not like they come and they provide some PD for us. They are going to be partnering with us for the next 2 years to provide that direct support for us. When you look at overall outcomes, what do we hope to provide? As a parent, I know that sometimes you tell your students, I want you to do this, or your own kids at home, I want you to do this. But are we spending the time to teach the skills we want them to have? Because once we teach the skills, we practice the skills, and we do that. Sometimes we've told students, don't do this, but we don't tell them the why to make sure that they can make better choices. So when we look at our outcomes, we want to make sure that we're basically increase student belonging in school sites. Every quarter, we take a survey with our thought exchange, and our students in some cases don't feel like they're very connected. So it's not just about being in activities or going to events. We want them to be connected to their school sites. We want to improve student social emotional competencies. We want to reduce student behaviors on campus so that they can truly be engaged. We want to increase student engagement and basically improve attendance, because when our students are on campus and engaged, they have opportunities to great success. And most importantly, we want to increase student achievement and performance overall. So I've given you a lot, and so I want to open up to questions at this time.
Just a quick question to clarify. Most of these programs that are being offered for our students are also being offered for our elementary students as well, as we do see an increase in also mental health for our students. And
Yes.
then also, what are we doing for our employees to help with mental health? Because obviously we cannot give if we do not have.
You are correct. So one of the things that's important when we look at this curriculum is district-wide. And so as I mentioned before, this school had this program. This elementary school was engaging in this part of a program. We want to ensure no matter where a parent has their students, maybe you have an elementary student and a middle schooler, it's the same language we're using for student success to move across all spectrums. When we talk about adults, we just had a phenomenal leadership summit this summer, and one of the big topics was wellness. You were there, yes. And we want to make sure that, again, we always say, or one of the things I always say, who cares for the caregivers, right? And so if we don't take care of the caregivers, they can't be there, and then the students don't have the access. And so when you say the whole child, we're also talking about the whole district as well.
So we are supporting our staff with mental health.
Yes, and then part of the learning piece and the PD will also include those elements as well.
And that includes classified as well? Because
Yes.
they're a part of the team.
So again, when we also do our surveys, we're inclusive of every staff member in regards to our survey, and that's how we make decisions in regards to moving forward with student services initiatives as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any other questions? Dr. Lewis, I think, is next.
Okay. Thank you for sharing this. What's the time frame? Have this already been onboarded throughout the district? And I'm asking that question why is because some of the programs weren't as utilized successfully because they didn't have that comprehensive onboard training. So some people were very well versed in PBIS,
Yes.
and others never had the opportunity. So what is your timeline of how you're going to onboard this within each elementary, preschool, high school classroom so it can be utilized district-wide?
So we are fortunate that I want to say on our professional development day, I want to say last school year in January, quite a few of our schools, our principals communicated and basically identified PD, and Character Strong was part of that work. And so say, for instance, 5 elementary schools got together at a particular school and they did work with Character Strong, just introducing it. And so in regards to what is our plan to lay out after today, I actually have a representative from Character Strong. We will be working with school sites to identify. One of the things with PBIS, some of our school sites, when we look at Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 supports, some schools are ready to lay out Tier 3. So each school site, we want to customize something directly for them because you may be at a school site, we're just focusing on Tier 1 instruction, but we have the access to Tier 2. And so we will work with our school site PBIS teams at each school site, along with the principal, and have those individual meetings. How can we support you directly? So it's going to look a little bit different, but the idea that the language is the same, the terminology we're using, and the access will be the same. So in regards to moving forward, we're looking to start tomorrow.
And so you have a time frame from 3 to 6 months training, or
So
the
it'll be-
principals will decide, or how?
It'll be ongoing training across the board because there is an online component, but the first piece is me identifying with the school site where exactly they, where they are in the MTSS model. Are we just Tier 1? It's all instruction. Are we Tier 1 and 2? And if we're just Tier 1, how do we get to Tier 2? And so setting the dynamics of looking at a timeline for each individual school. We are fortunate, we have phenomenal principals, and they collaborate a lot together. And so if we say, hey, high schools, what are you looking to do? They can say, high school is ready to do this because they collaborate so well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I had a question that I don't have.
I'll be here if you have other questions. Okay.
Anybody else?
No.
I think we can continue.
Okay.
Thank you
Okay.
so much for the presentation.
No problem.
And I think Dr. McMillan deserves a round of applause for the presentation. Next, we go to item C1, public comments not on the agenda at this time. Any person wishing to speak on any item on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes. Not on the agenda, sorry, not on the agenda. Do we have any, Dr. Alvarez?
Yes, we do. First one, I'd like to call Miss Vicky Davis, who'll be speaking about Juneteenth at the city and the district's partnership in the port.
Good evening, Vice President, board members, superintendent. Thank you all for giving me the opportunity to speak today and to recognize the incredible support of our school district. Juneteenth Jam, in its 4th year, has grown into something that reaches far beyond a single event. This year, approximately 10,000 people attended. We distributed more than 500 free children's books, awarded 8 academic and athletic scholarships ranging from $500 to $1,000, recognized more than 50 Rialto Unified School District students. Welcome. Yes, a round of applause for our students. welcome more than 150 local businesses, nonprofit organizations, and entrepreneurs, and awarded a micro business grant to support a local entrepreneur. And while those numbers are powerful, the real impact was in what those numbers represented. They represented families spending the day together, young people being celebrated, students seeing opportunities availed to them, entrepreneurs connecting, community organizations reaching residents, athletes competing, artists creating, and thousands of people sharing a space that was built around culture, pride, and opportunity and belonging with your support. That kind of impact does not happen without partnership. I especially want to recognize the district's warehouse and maintenance teams. They deserve that. These are the people who are working long before the community arrives and long after everyone has gone home. They are, I was going to say some of the first. They are the first people on site and the very last to leave. They move equipment, help prepare spaces, solve problems in real time, and make sure that so many of the things the public may never notice are taken care of safely and efficiently. Their work creates the foundation that allows the rest of us to do ours. I want to make sure they know that their efforts are seen, appreciated, and deeply valued. Juneteenth Jam was an incredible, impactful day for our community because it created something for every generation. From sports to classic cars to live music, scholarships, student recognition, books, and so much more, we all just enjoyed being together. I want to give a special shout out to Dr. Ayana Balagan and Joseph Williams for leading the departments that created this partnership. To our maintenance and warehouse team, you may not always be standing on the stage, but your work is absolutely the literal reason there is a stage for our community to stand on. Thank you for continuing to show up for our students and our families in our community, and a huge thank you for showing up in love and support of Juneteenth Jam. Thank you guys so much. We have some awards that we want to recognize you with today. Emilio Fernandez. You guys are getting double time awards, so don't try to run off of here too fast.
You could stand over here, Emilio.
That's fine. We'll line them up. That's fine. We'll line them up.
He's running away. Corey
he's good.
Cleveland. Michael Connolly. You did it.
That's Superman.
Tim Applegate.
Yeah, Papa. Oh, cute.
Yay, Papa. Esteban Zamora. And Nick Linares. Okay. And do we have Jubentino Beltran? No. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for sharing your pizza with me. And I just appreciate all of you guys dearly. I really do.
Emilio, we want to see your heart. There you go. Corey's got it. Corey's got it. Corey's like, I even got it. Okay, so it's a live board meeting. Let's look right over here. And then. Big smile, everyone. Just a little bit of space right there so we can. Yeah, we can't see. Mr. Mingus, we can't see you. We can't see you.
Where do you want me then?
If you're in front of me, there you go. Just somewhere, yes. We need to see everyone. Okay, big smile.
One more, last one. Sorry, guys. One more.
That was a fine little conference.
Thank you. Now we go to the next public speaker.
James Martinez.
Good evening, Superintendent, board members, parents, students, community. My name is James Martinez. I'm a proud father of 2 students of this district and a lifetime member of Rialto. I'm here tonight because I'm extremely concerned over the conduct of some of our board members and how the district has become so dysfunctional over a couple of years. I believe in leadership. I believe in board leadership should also be measured by not how long you sit in the seat, but what you have done for the students while you're sitting in that seat. I believe in safety, accountability, and student success. I've spent much of my professional life as a law enforcement officer and served directly as a school resource officer for over 10 years, and I understand that safe schools are more than just gates, cameras, and security staff. A safe school is also a place where students know their rights are respected, teachers will feel free to be supported, employees will feel appreciated to do their jobs professionally. Parents know that they can raise their concerns without being dismissed or bullied or have a microphone ripped out of your hand just because you're trying to figure out what happened to my kid because he got stabbed at school. Second, accountability. Our board should never be the source of unnecessary conflict. Disagreements will happen, yes. Tough decisions will happen. But we can ask difficult questions without humiliating people. We can hold our administrators and board members accountable without creating unnecessary controversy, legal exposure, or distrust within our community. The board is supposed to be the example for accountability and transparency. The boardroom is a place of governance and not grievances. And finally, student success. Every vote for this board, when they cast it, should answer one simple question. How does this help our students? Whether you're talking about academics, special education, school safety, career pathways, preparing students for college or employment, their educational and constitutional rights are not suggestions. They are protections. The job of the board member is not about your personality. It's not about how you show up at conventions or conferences being under the influence of alcohol, or how many times you decide to victimize a Latina business for $1,500. Your priorities to the community need to be safety, accountability, and success. Parents, my name is James Martinez. It's time we had a change, and I am running for school board, District 5, and I need your vote. Thank you for your time.
Do we have any more public comments?
Rachel Ochoa.
Good evening. My name is Rachel Ochoa. I am an employee here at the district. I am also the vice president of CSCA and a job steward. Good evening, board. On April 28th, I attended a meeting with Diana Romo, Associate Superintendent of Business Services, with Ricardo in purchasing as a purchasing manager and the purchasing department. Diana asked purchasing staff, and I quote, "What do you need to successfully perform your responsibilities?" The answer was clear, and I quote, "We cannot keep up. We need help distributing the work." End quote. They explained that they had gone from approximately 6 positions when the process was much simpler to 4 permanent positions currently with 2 subs, while the requirements for verification, bids, and contracts and documentation has increased. The substitutes were not to be made considered additional help. They are just covering the absences of employees that are currently out. It is only maintaining an already an overwhelming department. Solutions were discussed, including having retired employees return to assist and looking for a specialty rate to attract qualified substitutes. However, Diana Romo was not in agreement at that time and with bringing the additional staff in. Instead, the direction was to discuss it further and explore the possible options. Diana Romo also provided the explanation that due to the new programs coming in, such as ELOP, the district has not accounted for or added additional staffing, even though purchasing is now responsible for handling all of the workload associated with these programs. In other words, the district continues to acquire funding, new programs, but the expectation is that classified staff will absorb the additional workload within the same general fund structure, without the corresponding increase in staffing or support. While the district is being compensated for these expanded responsibilities, our employees are not seeing any additional resources or relief. At that meeting, I attended and I warned, and I said, we are at a tipping point. We need to be proactive and address what the employees are telling us. This is where purchasing connects directly to maintenance. Maintenance relies on purchasing to process the vendors, contracts, POs, bids, and document necessary to get the work done. When purchasing becomes overwhelmed, critical work can be delayed. We have already seen consequences. An employee was injured in an elevator incident at Eisenhower over the summer. On Monday, a student became trapped in an elevator at Rialto High School, and I myself became trapped in an elevator on Monday at Rialto Middle School. For our students with disabilities, an elevator is not a convenience. When the elevator is unavailable, their access to education and to the school can be affected. At my school, I have one student who has missed her classes since Monday. She has not attended any of her classes because the elevator is not available. We are currently being told it is not a valid, and we are currently being told there is no current valid service agreement in place for the elevators. We have similar concerns with air conditioning. Despite having an HVAC technicians, we understand the controls of the air conditioning system for the entire district is still centralized through one person who determines when individual rooms receive air conditioning. The local overrides have also been removed. So now custodians cannot turn on the air for themselves or find relief. I'm over time, but I ask for your help. We have gone to Diana Romo and had no solution since April. So this is not something new.
Thank you. Do we have any other?
There's one more. Desiree Ramirez.
Good evening, Superintendent, board members, members of the community, and Rialto Unified staff. My name is Desiree Ramirez. I am with San Bernardino County Supervisor Joe Baca Jr. I'm his field representative representing the lovely community of Rialto. And first, I'd like to thank you all for granting me the opportunity to speak. This evening, I have an exciting opportunity to share for our talented Rialto students. On behalf of Supervisor Baca, I'd like to introduce our 5th District Youth Advisory Council and encourage Rialto Unified High School students to apply. The Youth Advisory Council is open to high school students, juniors, and seniors, and is a unique opportunity for students to learn more about San Bernardino County, meet different departments, and tour the various facilities that the county has to offer. It's also a chance for them to make real-world impacts on the community that they reside in. We provide students with the space to share their voices, advise Supervisor Bach on issues that impact youth, and also support community-focused projects throughout the 5th District. Students will be expected to join us at community events, attend bi-weekly meetings on Thursday afternoons, and they can earn community service hours and help with community projects. Additionally, a scholarship opportunity will be available for senior students who remain actively engaged and fulfill program requirements. So students, if you're watching, if you may be interested in applying, you may either click the link in our bio on our social media on Instagram at Supervisor Baca, or you may contact the lovely executive assistant to the board, Miss Martha, for the link as well. Applications close on August 21st, so I strongly encourage you to apply when possible. Thank you all again for the opportunity to share this exciting program. And if students, anybody watching, teachers, have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to our socials at Supervisor Bach on Instagram, and we would be happy to get connected with you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Was that the last one for
No
not on the
further.
agenda? Next, we go to C2, public comments on agenda items. Any person wishing to speak on any item on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes.
None submitted.
None submitted? Next, we go to C3, comments from association executive board members, and we'll begin with Rialto Education Association, REA.
Good evening, Board Vice President Montez, members of the board, Superintendent Alvarez, and the cabinet. At your last meeting, I left you with a question. What kind of district are we choosing to become? Tonight, as we begin a new school year and as the district presents its initial proposal for negotiations, I think that question becomes a little more real. We're about to make choices together that will help answer it. REA recently surveyed our members about the issues affecting them the most. Their answers probably won't surprise anyone. 80% identified salary and the impact of inflation as a priority. 58% identified class size and workload, and 56% identified student behavior and discipline. Those may sound like 3 different issues, but I wonder if they're telling us a story. Our educators want to be able to build careers here. They want workloads that allow them to do their jobs well, and they want classrooms where they can focus their energy on helping students to learn. The way it looks to me, and I may be wrong, is that these aren't simply employee issues. They're questions about what it means to build a district where excellent educators want to come, grow, and stay. Our ability to attract and retain quality teachers will be decided by how we answer these questions. Our neighboring district, Corona Norco, recently completed difficult negotiations, and they ultimately reached an agreement that included the full 4.31% COLA and significant improvements to health benefits. I don't mention that because Rialto has to be Corona. No, we have our own students, our own challenges, and our own financial circumstances. But our educators don't make career decisions in isolation either. They can see what's happening around us. So as we begin negotiations, I hope that we ask ourselves, what will make talented educators choose Rialto? And what will make the excellent educators that are already here choose to stay? Our REA Executive Board will soon meet to plan for the year ahead. And the theme we've chosen is Rooted in Unity, Growing in Power. For me, the most important word in that theme are rooted and unity. Strong organizations have deep roots. They grow because people trust each other. They work together, and they believe that they're building something worth belonging to. I think the same can be true of a school district. There will undoubtedly be moments during negotiations when we disagree. That's the nature of bargaining. But disagreement doesn't have to prevent us from recognizing how much that we share in common. We all want great schools. We all want students to succeed. We all want employees who are proud to work here. And we all want a district that our community is proud to call home. There are important conversations ahead about compensation, workload, working conditions, and the resources available to accomplish those things. REA is ready for those conversations, and we're ready to begin. Because 5 months from now, I hope that we aren't still asking what kind of district we want to become. I hope that instead we'll be able to point to the choices that we've made together and say, this is the kind of district that we are choosing to become. And before I step away from the mic, I want to thank Vice President Montez for allowing a little extra time for the speaker who spoke before. That kind of consideration is greatly appreciated, especially when we have a shorter meeting with not as many people here. I appreciate letting her have the time to speak. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we go to California School Employees Association, CSEA.
Good evening, President, Vice President, board members, superintendent, district administration, and members of our community. I'm standing here, Christina Costa, as CSEA's president, and I fully support my counterpart who was up here before me speaking on what she was speaking about. However, I do have a separate speech. So on behalf of CSEA and Chapter 203, I would like to welcome everybody back to a new school year. I hope everyone had an opportunity to rest, recharge, and spend some quality time with family and friends. A new school year always brings a sense of excitement, anticipation. It is time for new beginnings, new students, new goals, and new opportunities to continue serving our district and our community. For classified employees, however, the work did not stop when the school year ended. It has been a very busy summer for CSEA. We have continued working with our members and addressing a number of classified employee concerns. Some of these matters have involved human resources, working conditions, job responsibilities, staffing, transfers, and other issues that directly affect our classified workforce. While many of these issues may not be visible to the public, they are very important to the employees who are experiencing them. As CSEA president, one of my responsibilities is to advocate for our members and make sure their concerns are heard. At the same time, I believe the best way to resolve difficult issues is through communication, cooperation, and a willingness from all sides to work towards solutions. That's why tonight I'm asking the board and the superintendents for their help. There are several sensitive matters that have come forward this summer that require attention. Because these situations involve individual employees and confidential personal matters, I will not discuss the specifics publicly. However, I do want the board and superintendent to know that these concerns are important and our members are looking to us for assistance. I am asking that we continue to have open lines of communication with CSEA and that sensitive employee matters, when sensitive employees matters arise, we work together to address them fairly, professionally, and as quickly as possible. We may not always agree. That part of the relationship between a union and a district is just that. We may not always agree. But disagreement should never prevent us from sitting down together, listening to one another, and looking for a reasonable resolution. Our classified employees are an essential part of this district. There are people greeting students and families, transporting students safely, preparing the meals, maintaining our schools, supporting classrooms, keeping offices running, assisting students with special needs, maintaining technology and facilities, and performing countless other duties that allow our schools to operate every day. When classified employees have concerns, those concerns need to be heard, and they deserve to be heard. And when there are misunderstandings or difficult situations, I believe they deserve to be addressed before they become larger problems. As we begin this new school year, I would like to encourage the district, human resources, CSEA, and our classified employees to continue working toward a relationship based on communication, respect, and mutual problem solving. My goal is not simply to bring problems to the board. My goal is to help find solutions. I also want to recognize our classified employees for everything that they do. The beginning of a school year is a tremendous amount of work. There are classrooms to prepare, students to support, schedules to coordinate, transportations to arrange, campuses to maintain, and countless details that happen behind the scenes. Our classified employees show up every day and make that work happen. As we move into this new school year, CSEA looks forward to continuing our advocacy for classified employees while also working collaboratively with the district to strengthen our schools. Superintendent and board members, I'm asking for your partnership. When sensitive matters come before us, please help us make sure that there is an opportunity for meaningful communication and resolution. We all have the same ultimate goal, to provide the best possible environment for our students and to have a workforce that feels respected, supported, and valued. On behalf of Chapter 203, welcome back to 2026 school year. We look forward to a productive year, continued communication, and working together to make this successful year for our students, employees, and our entire district. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we go to Communication Workers of America, CWA. Are we sure? It wouldn't be bad.
Heather?
Okay. If she does come, we'll go back to her. And last, we go to Rialto School Managers Association, RSMA. Not tonight. All right. Then we go to C4, comments from the superintendent.
Thank you, Board President, members of the board. It's been a month since our last board meeting, close to it. Lots happening during that last month. First, I want to begin just by welcoming our students back, and I hope they had a great summer and time off to relax. Just enjoy their summer and prepare for the beginning of the school year last week. I want to congratulate our staff, you heard earlier, who really helped out with the Juneteenth event, and I think she said 10,000 participants. So that's amazing, that number. So I can only imagine how much larger it'll be next year. So look forward to that. And I want to thank the coordinator, Ms. Vicki Davis, who came in today. Thank her for her hard work, Dr. Balagan, Mr. Williams as well, just Williams, all of them who helped put it together, and just recognizing once again our classified staff for their hard work and supporting the event. Just thank you again. Since our last board meeting, like I said, a lot has happened, a lot going on. July 28th, there was a district secretaries meeting I was able to attend. I think I was able to visit the 3 comprehensive high schools. I took a walk with the campus facilities with the athletic directors. They met with me before going on break, and they have some kind of a wish list of things they'd like to see. So I wanted to see firsthand exactly what they're asking for, so I had a better understanding of it. So along with Tina, Manny, we actually went along and visited not just obviously the fields, but different facilities, weight rooms. I think there's a dance room, swimming pool, everything that had to do with sports, all the facilities. We're able to walk through, listen to their concerns, what they would like to see, and then we'll be working on with our team to put a plan together how we can address some of those. Some are easy, some are more costly. So we'll have to see how we work through those things. And at July 30th, the International Healing Garden, a great success. I want to thank everybody who helped with that from, let's give them a round of applause, yes. To begin with, just from the conception, the idea, to the architect, to the staff who put it together, who worked on it. We've hired a full-time grounds worker to monitor and take care of that facility. And I want to thank everyone who made that a momentous occasion for our community and our students. I also want to thank everyone who made the event possible, the parents who had the vision and worked together to get this done. And I have to make sure, because this is important, I do want to thank Supervisor Baca for the $2 million donation towards the project. And Senator Eloise Reyes Gomez for over $1 million in funding to help this garden. So thank you as well. And I believe, and Mrs. Romo, correct me if I'm wrong, was that a $8 million project?
Yes, that's correct.
So the remaining $5 million came from the district resources and funds. So thank you to the board for investing those. And it's an amazing place. If you haven't had a chance to go through it, reach out. Ms. Chan is working on putting a schedule together. If school sites, there is a curriculum for it to be used. So just once again, I want to thank everyone who played a role in that. I also attended the health fair at Carter High School. Thank goodness it was indoors, because it was roasting that day. It was, oh my gosh, it was hot. Massages. What's it called where they have the suction and
the cupping.
That cupping. They had all kinds of stuff. So yes, it was amazing. I'm glad to see so many employees there taking advantage of the different vendors that are there and what they offer. There's a lot, so I'll try to go through this quickly. August 4th, the day before the school, before the first day of school, I did visit several facilities. One of them was the enrollment center. Very, very busy with the staff, processing parents, trying to get them all enrolled so that they could start on the first day of school. I think I visited the day before as well, or a couple of days before. Dr. McMillan and I, we toured the whole facility as well. Some things she'd like to look at. And then also I hadn't made my way to, and I didn't know what was really there, the health center behind Myler. So I appreciate you taking me there and introducing me to staff there. That actually was the only place I hadn't been to, and I didn't know it was there. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. The first day was amazing. I visited about 3 school sites, just getting around to see the students. Big smiles, families, everyone. It's always great to see the first day of school. Everyone's so happy. I think over when I was at Casey, I happened to walk in the back when the principal was talking to parents and getting ready to do a little "You Belong Here" video. So I got to be part of that video, which was nice. So thank you to the principal and the parents and everywhere there. I also visited Eisenhower High School, as well as I think it was at Preston Elementary School. Let me see here. I want to thank all the teachers who year in and year out come to work beyond the first day of school or first work day. Several teachers do come in way before to get their classrooms ready. So I just want to thank all of them for their dedication and their hard work in getting ready for the beginning of the school year, so that when the students walk in, they see a classroom that's ready for learning. So thank you to everybody. Back to school night was last Wednesday, the first day of school, minimum day at middle school. Thank you for everyone who came out, all the parents. We also had backpack giveaway on Thursday and Friday at 4 school sites. I do want to thank Superior Groceries Partners. I think Amazon also gives us a lot of stuff. And so every year, Back to the Grind did one as well. So every year, the bigger donations, the school district picks 4 schools and then gives these donations, backpacks to every student at those schools. And then the following year, they pick another 4 schools. So because it is donations, we can't give a backpack to every student, but we do try to target schools and then put them through a rotation cycle so we get to every school. And then today we did have Back to Grind?
Never Stop Grinding.
Never Stop Grinding, who donated over 200 backpacks over at Morris Elementary. So thank you as well for that. And I do want to thank, there was a particular student who asked me who I was over at Werner, and then asked if I could take a picture with her. And of course, I
Recognize you from the video.
maybe the video, I don't know. I don't know, I prefer not to be, but thank you. I also want to thank this school year. Going to the school year with the mindset that people who do feel they belong here. I know that it's not always easy. Sometimes individuals don't feel like they belong here, and it's our job to kind of work through those and what that is and how we can make everyone feel belong here. Once again, this is just not about our students. It's about our staff as well and our community. And so we most definitely want to continue that. Belonging to the school district means caring about how we treat each other, respect one another, and keep the most important aspect of our job as we focus. And the focal point of every decision we make is really our students. And so it's not just a slogan, it's something we want to practice and we need to practice every day, day in and day out. So I want to thank the communication team for putting together the videos that have been sent out. We saw the one from the alumni. A round of applause to them. Thank you. I know they don't like to get props. I achieved here. That was a great video of promoting a lot of our alumni that have gone on and been successful in different careers, not just, once again, sometimes we think entertainment or sports, but we have people in the medical profession and other industries, legal, CNN reporters. I mean, you just name it, it's countless employees within the district that are alumni as well. So it was great to see us incorporate all aspects of careers. So thank you for that. Just a quick reminder that our next major free event is the 19th Annual Family Summit, and that is September 19th. So we look forward to seeing everyone there. And we will have, as our guest speaker and district alumni, Derek Parra, there for that day, the first and only Mexican-American World Olympic speed skating gold and silver medal winner. So we did have him here back in July, speaking to our management. He's coming back and we want to thank him for taking time out of his schedule and coming out and being part of our annual family summit. So we look forward to seeing him there.
What school did he graduate from?
He actually graduated, well, he graduated from Eisenhower High School, but he left, he finished early, come December. He didn't walk because he had to take off and start his training. So he had an opportunity, took advantage of the opportunity, and he finished early, got his parents' approval, okay, and he was telling the story about he got on the plane, everyone was crying, and next thing you know, I think he was in Florida starting his training. So it's an amazing story. I really haven't heard about him. I did a little bit of reading about him, and then when he told us his story, it's amazing to hear what he went through to get his gold medal, how many times he thought about not continuing, all the challenges he went through to get to where he was. And so it wasn't an easy road. Sometimes people think, oh, they must have had it kind of easy. He in no way had it easy. So it was just great to hear his story, and amazing and inspiring.
How do you
Really
spell
is.
the last name?
Parra, P-A-R-R-A. So he will be here Saturday, September 19th at Carter High School. Registration begins at 8 a.m., and the summit ends sometime around 1 p.m. So I just want to say welcome back to our school, to our schools, our students, our families, and staff of the Rialto Unified School District. And please just remember, you belong here. Thank you.
I think we're gonna make that trademark for you.
Yeah, we gotta patent it.
Really like that video. Next we go to our immediate past president, Dr. Stephanie Lewis.
Well, we are in this together, and I am so joyful for this year. As I walked into the elementary schools, high schools, talked to people in Stater Brother, they feel that Rialto Unified School District is on the right pathway. We finally have a joy of learning, and we're working together. And so I walk with some mature adults every morning at Frisbee at 5:30, and you see the maintenance, and you see them. Our campus are beautiful, but I want to refer to the Sun newspaper, and this is what one of the community leaders gave me August the 2nd, and it talks about the school facing a declining enrollment time bomb. So, we hear different things, but it's really a good outline. Pomona Unified has seen 18%. They are consolidating schools. When you consolidate schools and close schools, everyone loses. The site, the city. Upland Unified, a K-12 district in San Bernardino County, approves moves to save the district by decision of closing some school. Capistrano, they had to make the painful decision. Now, this year we didn't give any March 15 notice. And no one said hooray. I'm saying hooray now. We did not. LA Unified School District, and they're talking about all the school districts that are making these hard decisions, and the rent and the property values are very high here. So I'm like, go Rialto. We steadied the ship. The other thing which is nice about the IE is that our birth rates are higher. But there's a higher enrollment in charter and private school. And so some campuses who are closing or having less utilization, private daycare centers are renting that space for the baby boom. But who are the school districts that are winning? Those are the school districts that students are first and they're receiving academic achievement, and it can be measurable. Where even the housing is high, people are transferring. We're in that category. Our students are going to achieve. We're putting them first. We have the population. We are coming together. So just don't take it from me. You can look this up at the Sun, August the 2nd, and it talks about the whole state. Also, we're at a time period where the California School of Education, the whole system is changing. And so the state superintendent of school is going to be a different type of cabinet position. We're at this crossroad. There was a union, I believe it's Sacramento, that they had so many schools to close, they made concession to keep the school open on some of their benefits. Because even though a neighboring school was closed, it was across the way, it was a hardship for the community. I have to say, our community loves Rialto Unified School District. I hear it from all my 15 jobs and my walking partners. But then I hear it from the students' face. I tell you, the first day of school, the teachers, I hear it from the staff. I hear more positive than negative. And it really outweighs the negative. Now, we're working on issues, you bet. We're working on those issues. We hear you, and our superintendent is very methodical. He's not up, he's steady. And they said, what do you think about our superintendent? I said, he's steady. He's steady and methodical. And so we hear you, and we're going to work on those solutions. But I'm joyful, positive. I belong, you belong, we belong. Let's get along, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lewis. Next, we go to Mrs. Dominguez.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this new school year. The commencement of the new academic year consistently has a little bit of magic behind it every year for students, educators, and parents alike. It ushers a period of renewal, fostering growth and optimism. Concurrently, it also brings feelings of anxiety and apprehension for some students that may be transitioning to a new school and others that may have past experience from years past, or it's just new nerves, preschool, TK, new mothers, new middle school mothers like me. I am pleased to report that we are making remarkable progress here in Rialto USD, as this academic year marks Dr. Alvarez's inaugural first day of school. I am particularly proud of the positive achievements we have made so far. While acknowledging that there is still work to do, I do agree with Dr. Lewis that he's steady and we are getting there. We have implemented over the past 8 months a significant amount of transparency and prioritizing student advocacy and reinforcing the district's strategic objectives, an area that was not prominently addressed previously. But now we're getting there. On the first day of school, following the drop-off of my own RUSD students, and after I wiped off my tears after dropping off my middle schooler, I visited Rialto High and observed a remarkable instances of inclusivity, a sense of safety among students, and just a vibe, a culture of love. Upon the first bell ringing, students demonstrated a clear understanding of their schedules and their destinations. I had the opportunity to engage with DJ Godfather and assisted students to their classrooms and had the pleasure of escorting 2 exceptional students to their prospective classes. To the first day of school, there was a lot of extensive preparations leading up, with teachers and classified diligently preparing. I attended the Educational and Excellence Institute, where educators from across all of Rialto came together and shared effective classroom strategies. I personally gained valuable insight that I intend to apply in my own confirmation classes. Our backpack giveaways were amazing. It was great to see how students chose their backpacks, how they were able to, you see the light and the joy that they had to be able to choose them. We were able to give backpacks to every single student, to all students. special education students, and we got to remember that not all disabilities are visible. To our EL students, our DLI students, to everyone. If you were a student, you got a backpack. I do want to also acknowledge that I did receive multiple emails from our SPL teachers about their caseload. I do want to acknowledge that I did receive them. I have read them, and I will be speaking with Dr. Alvarez in regards to them so we can find a solution. And again, like I said, I do agree with Dr. Lewis. You do feel it in the community. You do hear it from our students. I hear it from the community. Our community loves our USD. And I can see it, I can feel it, I can hear it from my own kids, which is the best voice that we have is our students' voice. So that's all I have for tonight. Let's make this a great year, and let's continue the great progress, and let's just make our USD number one, because all of our scholars are going to achieve here.
Thank you, Ms. Dominguez. Next, we go to our board clerk, Mrs. Williams.
Good evening. As we kick off a new school year, I really love seeing the energy on our campuses. Our students are excited to be back, and I want to give a huge thank you to our teachers, staff, and site leaders who welcomed them back with such enthusiasm, and to everyone who worked throughout the summer to make sure our schools were ready to receive our students. I'm also really excited about what we have ahead of us this year. From expanding AVID to more of our elementary schools, to piloting our new math curriculum, to strengthening our CTE opportunities, and providing more hands-on, real-world learning experience for our students. It's just an exciting time. And there are so many other great programs in the works, and I encourage our families and community to take a look through our board agendas, even some of those consent items, because there's a lot of really great work happening that you can kind of get a preview in there. And in many ways, you can see some of the heart of what the district is working toward for our students in those items. I also want to thank Business Fiscal Services, Superior Grocers, and everyone who contributed to the backpack giveaways. It was wonderful seeing how excited our students were to receive their new backpacks and school supplies. I heard one of them say it was his best day ever, and that was like so cool. And as everyone is coming back together, we know that there are a lot of little bugs going around. So let's remind ourselves and our students to, cover our sneezes and wash their hands throughout the day. And so hopefully we can keep ourselves and each other in the classrooms, just keep them a little healthier. So that they can come to school and learn. And I, like everybody, I just, wish us all a great school year. Looking forward to how awesome this year is going to be for us.
Thank you. I'm going to try to make this quick. First and foremost, welcome to everybody, parents, students, teachers, support staff. I'm really excited about this new school year. I just want to share a really quick story. I promise it'll be less than 3 minutes. The first day of school, I took my son Quetzal. He's the youngest of 3 boys. The twins graduated in 2019 from Eisenhower, so Quetzal went from Frisbee to now Eisenhower. And on his first day of school, as we're walking out the door, my wife yells to me, "Make sure you take a picture of him." For his first day of school. And a lot of families are doing that. A lot of parents are posting the picture of their kids with their backpacks, their brand new shoes or whatever, and at school. So I said, okay, yeah, I'll make sure. And we get to the school, and the first day of school, you could tell who are the freshmen, because there's a line of cars, parents, like a mile long. And, a lot of other kids are walking, or, probably a few of them are driving to school or whatever. But that big old line is mostly freshmen. And we get there, and I completely forgot. I completely forgot to get a picture for my son, and I was looking to park. He goes, "What are you doing?" And then I said, "I'm gonna park." He goes, "Why?" He goes, "You're gonna get down?" And then I said, "Okay, well, I'll just drop you off." So he gets off, and he catches up with a friend, and he's getting ready to enter the beautiful 2-story buildings. Then there, and I park because I forgot, and I remembered I had to take a picture of him on the front of the school. So I'm like, should I take him from far away? No, my wife's gonna get mad. So I park, and then I probably became that cringe dad that I never thought I would become. But I don't want to run over to him because he looks like he's walking fast. So I yell from the parking lot, "Quetzal!" And he's walking, and he's trying to act like he don't hear me. So the more he ignores me, the louder I yell. And I'm like, "Quetzal!" So he finally turns over to me, and he's like looking at me like with his face like, "What the heck are you doing?" And I'm like, so I sing because I got his attention. I signal to him so I don't keep yelling, right? So he comes over, and then he goes, "What happened?" I go, "I need to take a picture of you. Your mom told me I need to take a picture of your first day of school." He goes, "Dad, what? No, hell no. No, what are you talking about?" He's like, "Leave." He's like, "Leave already." So, and then I go, "No, your mom said." He goes, "She already got one of me at the house before I left." And I'm like, "Okay, all right." I'm like, "All right." So he leaves, right? I'm like, "Have a good day at school." And he's like, "Yeah, Dad, thanks." And he leaves. And he can't wait to get through inside the school. And I'm standing there, and like some of the staff members are recognizing me, and like they're looking at me, and I couldn't refuse to go say hi, So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go say hi, but I'm gonna wait for him to get a little further, so he doesn't say that I'm following him or whatever, right? So I walk over, the special services staff, teachers were welcoming the kids, waiting for the kids on the buses, and I went over to Miss Pat Connor and one of the APs over there. They were welcoming students, and they're kind of making sure, only students are coming through the doors, and they're watching who's coming in. So I go over to say hi. I say hi to the security staff. The safety and security is doing an awesome job. They're doing their thing, just combing through the crowd, combing through the parking lot, and I say hi to them, and a mom walks up with a little child in her arms, and she walks up and she says to the staff, she says, they're wearing the badges, So I'm just a dad, right? I was going to work, so she says, "Hey, is it okay if I walk my son to his class?" And I had a flashback of my kids at elementary school, and I'm thinking, and I knew the answer. The staff was like, "No, we're sorry. Only students can go in," And she's like, "Oh, really? Oh, darn! Because my son was really shy. He's really shy, and I think he wanted me to walk him to his class." And for a split second, the dad in me wanted to say, ask the staff, "You know what? Can you guys please make an exception? I'll walk with her. I'll escort her to go walk her child to his class." But then I thought, I caught myself and I said, "It's time to let go." It's time to let go. So I just stood quiet. I didn't say nothing. I thought to myself, I got to do the same with my son. I like teasing him, but he's the baby. But it's time to let go. And I just wanted to share that with everybody because over the years of being on the school board as a parent myself, I've had these experiences, and I just thought that was funny because I looked like that guy Fluffy yelling "Martin." I was like, "Quetzal!" And he's probably never gonna forgive me for that. But that's all I have for tonight. Welcome back to school. Have a great start, and let's get to the finish line. Thank you.
Oh, one more thing. The measles epidemic is real. And so for staff, really, you're over 50 or saying you're 25 3 times, you need to get your shingles. You really do need to get the shingles because some people it doesn't resolve and it's very painful. So let's get real with our age and get that shingle shot. And it's 2, so you have good coverage here. No excuse. Good health coverage here, no excuse. It's very painful. All right, VP. And there is a social, emotional learning for you and your son to recover that first day of school. Thank you, Dr. McMillan.
He'll be fine. He'll be
No,
fine.
you.
All righty, so with that, we'll go ahead and move on. And the next item is to open public hearing. Any person wishing to speak on the item on the public hearing agenda will be granted 3 minutes. Do we have a motion? Do we have a second? And the item is D 1.1, 2026-2027 proposal to Rialto Education Association REA pursuant to the requirements of government code and board policy. The attached reopener proposal for the 2026-2027 school year submitted by the Rialto Unified School District for an agreement between the Rialto Unified School District Board of Education and the Rialto Education Association is hereby posted in compliance with legislative requirement for public notice. Do we have vote by board members to open?
Aye.
Aye. And the time is 8:25. Did anybody submit to speak? Is anybody here today that would like to speak on the public hearing? Hearing none. Do we have a motion to close public hearing?
Second?
And vote by board members?
Aye.
Aye. The time is 8:26. Next, we go to consent calendar items. All items on the consent calendar will be acted upon in one motion unless pulled by the Board of Education members or the superintendent for individual action. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second?
Thank you. Do we have any items that would like, any of the board members would like to pull for separate action? Okay, hearing none. Dr. Lewis, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Dominguez, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Williams, how do you vote?
Aye.
And myself, aye. That takes us to discussion action items F1, adopt resolution number 26-27-03, remuneration.
So moved.
And do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. To authorize board member Evelyn P. Dominguez to be compensated for the regular Board of Education meeting on Wednesday, July 15, 2026. And Dr. Lewis, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Dominguez, how do you vote?
Abstain?
Ms. Williams, how do you vote?
Aye.
And myself, aye. Next is item F2, adopt resolution number 262704, remuneration. Am I pronouncing that right? I don't know, it's been a long time. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. To authorize board member Dr. Stephanie E. Lewis to be compensated for the regular Board of Education meeting on Wednesday, July 15, 2026. Dr. Lewis, how do you vote?
Abstain.
Ms. Dominguez, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Williams, how do you vote?
Aye.
And myself, aye. Next, we go to F3, readmission. Do we have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
And that's for case number 25-26-13. Dr. Lewis, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Dominguez, how do you vote?
Aye.
Board Clerk, Ms. Williams?
Aye.
And myself, aye. G, adjournment. The next regular meeting of the Board of Education of the Rialto Unified School District will be held on August 26, 2026 at 7 p.m. at the Dr. John R. Casalunas Education Center, 182 East Walnut Avenue, Rialto, California. Materials distributed or presented to the Board of Education at the board meeting are available upon request from the superintendent's office. Do we have a motion and a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. All the ayes? Aye. Okay, that's everybody. And myself, aye. The time is 8:29.